Dr. Crippen is featured in a television program about her groundbreaking finding. She genetically altered the measles virus to attack malignant cells. She reveals that every cancer patient on whom her treatment has been tried so far has made a full recovery. 3 years later, the action starts. We notice that New York City has turned into a lifeless, deserted city. Roads and buildings are covered with grass, and the highways are lined with abandoned automobiles. The city is quiet. It appears like the end of the world has come. Sam, Robert Neville's dog, and he are traveling across the desolate city. A herd of deer dart across his path, and he drives quickly after them to give pursuit. We understand it's a hunt when he tries to shoot them. The deer disperse and dash along a route that is blocked by abandoned vehicles. Neville runs after the buck while pursuing it on foot. A lion that has likely escaped from the NYC zoo beat him to the kill as he turns a bend and had the deer in his rifle sights. Robert is divided between shooting the lion and its family, who also show there, and letting the deer be attacked by them. Robert then departs with Sam in tow as his watch alarm begins to chime. Neville's house is seen. Although it is a standard American detached house, it has the appearance of being in the heart of a conflict zone. Sam and Robert appear to have enjoyed a typical evening of watching television and eating packaged cuisine. After taking a bath, Neville secures all of the doors and windows with heavy steel shutters and closes them. He slumbers with Sam in a bathtub while holding a rifle as screams fill the house. He has dreams about Zoe, his wife, Marley, their child, and Sam as a puppy trying to flee New York. Since Robert is a military doctor, he decides to stay in New York alone to try to halt the virus. Robert is seen wearing a military uniform. They reveal their vacation plans to Marley. Neville wakes up and interrupts the dream sequence, forcing him to return to his lonely reality. Robert works out at his house, which resembles a fortress, and then descends to the basement, where he keeps his sole interaction with people as through mannequins he has set up. It appears that he invented a game are discovered by him behind an old desk. Then, as Robert is being attacked by an infected man, he leaps out of the shadows and is fatally shot. Sam and Robert both start scurrying out of the building. They are pursued by additional infected when they appear. Both of them succeed in leaving the building after he battles all of them. After yelling at Neville, the infected leader runs back to the protection of the shadows since he is unable to pursue them because the sunshine causes his skin to burn. Robert quickly constructs a trap to capture one of the infected. He is successful and brings the infected captive female to his lab. The woman collapses when he administers the vaccination that made the mouse less aggressive. With the help of an adrenaline shot, he brings her back to life as he keeps tweaking his serums in search of a treatment. He realizes it's his birthday in the morning. He discovers that his mannequins have been relocated as he enters the video store. The identical trap he set for them the day before was laid by the infected throughout the night. Neville collapses after being trapped in the trap. He is severely injured, bleeding, and hanging upside down when he awakens. Sam is waiting for him patiently. Just before dusk falls, he manages to cut himself free, but he trips over his knife and impales his leg. The infected leader then makes an appearance with infected dogs that attack Robert. Sam defends Robert and manages to crawl back to his car and get a gun. Dogs. When Sam collapses from a bite wound, he turns around, lifts her up, and puts her in the car. Sam is placed on a table when he arrives home, and he administers an experimental vaccination to her. As Sam's hair starts to come out and she tries to bite Neville, the vaccination is unable to save her, and he is forced to strangle her as she cries in his arms. As he bids farewell to his one and only buddy, tears roll down his face. Later, he inters her in the streets. He resolves to engage every afflicted person head-on in a fit of grief-stricken wrath. He speeds his SUV into the swarms of infected who prowl the streets at night. The infected flip his SUV as he almost races off the edge of the pier. A dazzling light shines on him just as he is about to pass away, and he goes unconscious. He dreams of the past once again while unconscious. The chopper his wife and kid took to flee New York is. Anna describes a strategy for getting out of New York and traveling to a colony of immune survivors in Vermont. However, Robert insists that he doesn't think such a place exists and that he simply wants to be left alone. Robert discovers that the infected are attacking the home later that evening. They had followed Anna back the previous evening after she had saved Robert. Despite Robert's extensive home defenses, there are so many infected that they manage to open the shutters and enter the house. Ethan, Anna, and Robert retire to the lab in the basement. Robert has time to see that the sick female he had previously abducted and used to test the viral vaccine had transformed back into a human during the tense battle. He draws a sample of her blood, delivers it to Anna with a syringe, and instructs her to escape with Ethan through a little trapdoor. In addition to blowing himself to bits along with as many other infected as he can, Robert remains around to chase down the nasty alpha male who has made it a particular mission to find Robert. In the midst of the countryside, Anna and Ethan arrive to a bizarre location where the road is divided by a wall that resembles a castle and a steel door. Some of the human survivors there are housed in the little neighborhood. The human leader of that little town receives the syringe with the antidote from Anna, who also provides a voiceover in which she describes the mythology that Robert Neville has grown into.